in new construction like this, when we look at plumbing, we are basically looking at the routing of all the plumbing on both the supply side and on the drain side. Because like you've got in this case, water's not turned on here yet. So we're not gonna be able to look for any kind of leaks, drips, things like that. All we're really gonna be able to look at is how the plumbing is routed and to make sure it makes sense with the way the finished house is eventually gonna be. So we're looking at incoming water lines down here. We're looking at drain lines up here to make sure that the traps are in the right spot and that it ties into the main drain in the right spot. And that all of our rough-ins for ejector pumps and venting and things like that are where they're supposed to be, even if they're not going to be installed when the house is finished. So in the basement, it's relatively simple. Are things routed neatly? Does piping flow the way it's supposed to flow? Is it properly supported? And if the answers to all of those are yes, then we can't really do anything else until the house is actually finished. I don't see one, so.
So there's no roof vent?
So apparently there's no roof vent. Okay, so upstairs, when we're looking at plumbing, again, we are basically looking at the routing of the plumbing. Did they do everything right behind where the drywall is going to be that they were supposed to do? So this bathroom, we're going to have 1-2 sinks. Where the hot and cold comes out makes sense. They've got all their blocking set for when the cabinets and mirrors and that kind of stuff is going to go in. Is it routed right through the middle of the framing lumber? And in this case, we're more than an inch, inch and a half from the surface of that lumber. So we don't need the little metal protector plates there. It's all neatly drilled. There's no big sharp turns in the pecs. They've used the appropriate plastic little curve fittings where they're supposed to, the little protectors that keep that pipe from kinking. And then all the venting makes sense as well. They've got it coming up through the floor. It's fire stopped. 2 rough-ins for the sink. Their vent goes up. And then honestly, one of the other things that we would do here is follow the venting and actually make sure that we've got at least one going through the roof. But given this note that says revent through roof, I think if we were to follow it, there's no good way to get there from here. That may be all the way over here. Vent. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, there it is. They did vent it through the roof. So they did finally revent through the roof. And again, now we're in what I'm going to guess is probably the master bath. Same thing, 2 sinks, drains, vents, plumbing all routed properly. And that's basically what we look at up here.